Hey everyone, welcome to my Thursday night love live. I'm Pauline Hatch, and yes, tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about love. Love in our families and in our relationships everywhere all around us. So, hi everyone who is going to jump on tonight. As always, you're welcome to comment and say hi. And tonight I am definitely inviting you to comment because I would love to know what your love language is that we're going to be talking about, the little thing that makes you tick. So yeah, feel free to just throw in some comments. Let's have a discussion. I'm going to keep this one short because I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I am so hungry. Actually, my stomach is rumbling, and just before I hit go live, it did this huge rumble. I don't know. I think you're going to be able to hear it. So I speak a lot, and I have shared a lot over the last few weeks about health and wellness, and we've talked about weight loss and goal setting, and all of those things are amazing, and I'm definitely really passionate about those things. But what is the point of feeling amazing and having energy and being full of joy if you don't have people in your life to share that with, who you have a deep enough relationship with to actually expand on how you're growing in those areas of health? So that's why I thought that it might be good tonight just to have a quick talk about how just little things that we can do. There's one thing in particular that I want to go through that we can do that really enhances our relationships, and it's not extra work typically, but it's something that my husband Sam and I learned 1,000,001 years ago. So we're coming up on 16 years now, and yeah, we learned this before we got married, and we come back to it all the time and revisit these principles over and over again, because it is easy to forget to really go a little deeper in your relationships. But relationships aren't set and forget. They're not something that you just, have a relationship with someone or have some kids and then that's it. There's something that we have to keep working on to make sure that they are thriving and growing, and that they are just changing and evolving, and that they're fresh and amazing. And yeah, so that's what I want to have a go through with tonight. So we've got Sam. Hi Nicole. Hi Olga. Hi Sarah. Hi Jake. Hi Michelle. Oh, Michelle's giving me a hey and a heart. Woo! It's backwards to me. It's really hard to do. Yeah. So the what I want to go through tonight is we all give and receive love in different ways. And there's something that we learned a long time ago, which are the 5 emotional love languages. And you might have heard of these before. And they are so absolutely spot on. And I see it in my friends. I can see it in my own family. I see it in my children. And every single one of us will resonate with one of these 5, at least one. You'll probably resonate with one very strongly, and then maybe another one a little less strongly, and then the other ones you might be a bit meh. But we all give and receive love in different ways. And when we don't recognize our own love language and other people's love language, it means that sometimes we're not speaking the same language, and we're trying to do things for each other, and we're trying to show love, but it's not being received because we're just not understanding that we're all different. We all tick a little differently in that way. We were all given totally different ways of showing love. And that's what makes relationships so amazing. And we're not all cookie cutter, we're not all robots. The way that we interact is so incredibly unique, but we have to learn that and just take a few minutes to learn that about each other. So we're going to go through those now, and I think it's really worth investing some time into thinking about the people in your world, particularly your own family, your spouse or partner and your kids, thinking about them and the way that they tick, because you're really investing into the people that you care about the most. Because when everything else is gone, when everything fades away, what you have left are the people who love you the most and the people that you spend all of your time with. So let's invest into those people as well. We should always be investing into people, yourself included, in your health and in your mindset, but invest into those relationships too. So let's go through them. What I want you to do, and hi everyone who's jumped on. Hi Erin and Kerry. Hi Amelia. Thanks for giving me hello. And hi Jamie. So I'm going to go through them. I'm going to describe each one briefly. And what I want you to do is just have a listen, and I want you to think about yourself first. So which one do you resonate with the most? And if you want to, chuck it in the comments. I will definitely be able to tell you which one I am. I am so strongly this type of person. It's just, it'll be really clear to you what you are. So yeah, whichever one you resonate with, pop it in the comments, or you can give a little like if when I say the one that you believe that you are the most strongly. Okay, there's five different types of ways that we give and receive love. Okay, the first one is words of affirmation. Words of affirmation are, oh, and Missy. Oh, hi, Missy as well. I'm so glad. Hi. Okay, so words of affirmation. So that means compliments, words of appreciation, words of thanks. So this is actually, lots of men are words of affirmation. So if you're someone who loves to be just recognized and acknowledged, if you find it really easy to give compliments to people and say thank you, words of affirmation. Okay, the second one, and if you are a words of affirmation person, say yes or give a little like there. Okay, the second one is quality time. So someone who really enjoys that undivided attention time, couch time. That's me. I'm that one. Words of affirmation. Yeah. That's interesting, Sam, because I would have said you were a different one. You're my husband. That's hilarious. Okay, so quality time. So yeah, meeting at a cafe with someone. Are you always organizing to meet with friends? Do you like to just spend time sitting on the couch and having a chat rather than having Netflix on? Yeah, you're always sort of like, you really enjoy that one-on-one, deep and meaningful almost time with someone else. That's quality time. Okay, gifts. So we had a few coming up before. I think that might have been for words of affirmation. Okay, so gifts is the next one. So if you like to think about people and what they would like, and if you love to give and buy gifts because you get to think very deeply about what they would appreciate. If you love to wrap gifts and you love the whole ceremony of being able to give that, to physically give someone a visible way of showing love. Sorry, I'm so hungry. My stomach's eating itself. So that's a gifts person. Okay, so someone who loves to give gifts. That's definitely not me. Acts of service. That's me. Okay, acts of service is someone who loves to do stuff for other people. Cleaning up, making someone a cup of tea, making a batch of muffins and giving them to your neighbor, making some meals, packing hampers, helping out, right? That's an acts of service person, someone who will physically do something to show someone love. Okay, that's absolutely me. Is anyone else an acts of service person too? It's exhausting being an acts of service person, isn't it? I know. Okay, so, and sometimes it's like I'm doing laundry and I'm pretty sure that people who know me are going, oh, she loves doing laundry because she's an acts of service person. It's different. The intention is different. Okay, and the last one is physical touch. Yes, Anita, I was thinking of you as soon as I saw your name up, and Michelle as well. Yeah, acts of service for sure. And you'll be able to recognize acts of service people because, and I mean, I can go through this list and think of someone for every single one of them. I straight away can think of people who fit every one of these. The last one is physical touch. So people who really love affection, big huggers, and they love to sit really close together on the couch, even though there might be like 2 couches in the room, and they might just do a little touch every time they go past. That's someone who feels love through physical affection, right? And yes, it includes the other thing too. Okay. All right. So now I'm just going to quickly run through them again. And this time I wanted you to think about your husband or wife or partner. Okay. So the significant other person in your life, I want you to think about them. Are they words of affirmation? Do they love your compliments and be thanked? Are they a quality time person? Do they like to just spend some time with you and to sit down with you? And do they really enjoy having a glass of wine together and just going through their day? Are they a gifts person? Are they always just giving you a little thing here and a little thing there and just, yeah, Sam. See, I would have said straight away that you were physical touch first, actually. Oh, hi, Nathan and Michael. Sorry, there's a few people who've jumped on. And Amelia. Amelia, you don't know what you are? Okay, when I go through them again, I want you to have a think about it. It's okay to be 2 strongly. it's okay to be all of them strongly, but usually most people are one or two strongly. Okay, so gifts, you know, is your significant other a gifts person, always getting you little things? That's my mum. She always has bought me stuff, little books and things like that all the time. Acts of service. So is your significant other person an acts of service person? Are they always just, are they the person who stays late and helps to clean up after a party? Are they the person who thinks, how can I help that person by mowing their lawn or something like that? Or are they a physical touch person? Do they just want you to hold hands all the time? And when you're in the car, do they want you to just put a hand on their leg? Okay, so what is your other person in your life, your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is? What's their love language? And what about your kids? Like, what, think about your kids. What are your kids? I know that I have one who is absolutely quality time. I know I have one who is absolutely physical touch. He just wants cuddles all of the time. My youngest is a bit of an enigma. I don't know what she is yet. I think she's physical touch and quality time, but I don't know. I think it changes a little as they come out of toddlerhood, because in toddlerhood they're all a bit clingy. But yeah, so think about your kids. Like, what are your kids? And what you'll start to see is that within your family, you might have 4 people in your family and you are literally all a different love language. Okay, so there's 2 things about that. Michelle said Darren doesn't have one. What does he do for you, Michelle? Does he ever buy you flowers? Does he ever, I don't know, does he like to hold hands? He must have one. And Amelia said acts of service for me. Sometimes mums get a bit confused between what they have to do and what they love to do when it comes to acts of service. So the thing about the way that love languages work, and what I was just saying about how everyone can have a different love languages, is that there's 2 things about that. There's a way that we show people love. So, you know, we have to be aware of how other people show love to us so that we can acknowledge it. So, for example, just say you're a gifts person and your husband isn't, okay? I'm just going to use a girl and a guy for this one, like this way. So you're a gifts person and your husband isn't. And you buy him just a small but very thoughtful present, and he opens it up and goes, oh, cool. Yeah, I wanted one of those, thanks. And he puts it down and he goes back to reading his iPad. So what's happened is that you've shown love, but he hasn't been able to acknowledge it and realize that you've just shown him an act of love. There's 2 things to know about that. One is that he needs to be aware that you're showing him love in your love language, but you also have to be aware that that's not how he receives love. So you have to know what his love language is so that you can speak that love language to him. So it goes both ways, okay? This is not being a doormat and showing everybody else their love language and making everybody else feel great. Because what we're doing is we're learning to give and receive love in ways that everybody gives and receives. It's a way of being both selfless in the way that you give love, but also receiving love really openly from other people. So that guy, if we use that scenario again, your husband, you know, if we're talking about the gift-giving wife and the husband, then maybe the husband's love language is physical touch. And what he wants more than anything in the whole world is just a huge, great big hug in the morning when he gets up or when he gets home from work or something like that. And that would just make his day. That's all he needs to fill his tank, is just that. But you're sitting there like cramming gifts down his throat and he's going, oh, but I just want to cuddle. Like, or maybe you could give him a gift and a cuddle, and then you're kind of going both ways. But it is all about being aware of how we receive it, but also how we give it, and recognizing that. That's why it's so important to go through that. And that's why I really wanted you to think about yourself, but think about everybody else in your world too, because that's how we can really start to deepen our relationships with each other, when we become aware of how we love to love, right? That's why I call this love better, because yes, of course we love our families, but we can love each other better. I think one of the, okay, so before Sam and I got married, there was a really amazing couple in our life. The woman in this couple is one of my mentors, and she said to us before we got married, she said, always put each other first. If you always put each other first, then you'll always be happy. And it's something I've always remembered, and I absolutely love the sentiment behind that, because again, it's not being the doormat and giving selflessly and never receiving. If you're always putting each other first, then you're always putting each other first, right? You're always being loved and cherished and adored. And the problem is that I think what happens over time, and I said at the very start that relationships aren't set and forget, but I think that we can get so stuck in our own heads that we kind of like it's, I mean, I know I have a to-do list of 4 million things every single day. I know lots and lots of us are like that. We're often so caught up in those daily tasks, but it's not even just the daily tasks. We get caught up just in our own minds that we forget to go kind of outside of ourselves and really think about the people around us and what they need from us as well. But imagine if we're all doing that. If we're all taking that time to just really expand a little bit more outside of our own thinking and our own, I've got to do all of this stuff today, and we actually stop and look at what our family could use that day in terms of just that little bit of love just going out from you to that person and that person. Like our oldest is definitely a quality time kid, and I could tell that from when he was born. This kid just wanted to be next to you all the time. Don't touch him because he's not physical touch, but he just wants to be with you. And we have 3 kids, and that has meant that we've had to really try to work hard at making sure we're giving him that quality time. He loves nothing more than just going out one-on-one. Take him to a movie, oh, he's over the moon for weeks. That is what fills his tank. So it means that we have to be very intentional about how we spend that time with him, because we have 3 kids, so he doesn't get a lot of quality time from us. And I'm sure you can think of your own kids and straight away go, yes, that's the child. You know, you might have a child who just needs you to lie in bed with them for 15 minutes at the end of the day, and they just want to download. And that will either be because they are physical touch and they want you close, or because they're quality time and they want to spend that time with you one-on-one. So I'm sure right now you can think of ways that you can recognize how your kids need love from you and start to show them in different ways. You might have a child that just needs so much encouragement because that fills their tank. You need to be the person who is just their greatest cheerleader, because that means they're going to grow up knowing that they have this incredible, this flow of love coming from you all the time that's building them up. I mean, I think all kids need words of affirmation all the time. They need so much encouragement. They need to know that we're their biggest cheerleaders. But for some kids, it's so, so important. Okay, so I guess I just kind of want to leave it with, I hope that makes sense. Sorry, some people have commented and I just went on a huge rant. Michelle said no. I don't know, Michelle, he might need counselling. Sam's love language is burger rings. That's true. Hi, Heather. Hi, Kim. Hi, Mike. Hi, Katie. And hi, Philip. Hi, everybody. So I think I just want to leave you with, by the way, I've actually forgotten the guy's name. If Sam can remember it, he can write it in. The guy who wrote that book is Gary someone. If Anita's still on, she might be able to put it in. Gary Chapman. I think it's Gary Chapman. You can probably just Google the 5 love languages and read them again. I so think it's worthwhile really exploring this for you and your family. And I would just leave it with this, and I would say, what can you think of, just when you think quickly of your family, what's one thing you can do for each person in your household tomorrow that will make them feel more loved? So what's one little thing you can do, knowing, you know, if you look through the list, what each one of your family's love language is, what can you do tomorrow to just show them one act of love? It just takes one each day to fill their tank up. All right, that's it from me, guys. I said it was going to be short. That was 18 minutes ago, and now I'm really hungry, so I'm going to go. But yeah, if you've got any questions or you want to chat, just send me a message. But yeah, otherwise, have a look at it. Gary Chapman, 5 Love Languages is the. Oh, Anita, that's right. There is a free online assessment. Okay, Michelle, you need to get Darren to do the free online assessment. That can be his homework. We've got to sort out that mystery. Awesome. Thanks, Anita. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great and very loving night. Wink, wink, if your spouse is a physical affection person. All right. Bye.